Today's horoscope from Academy, Gemini, June 27, 2022. The moon spends the day in your sector of joy, encouraging you to make time for more humor, play, and fun in your life. Later today, you can experience some difficulty keeping your good mood in spots. The trick is to aim to enjoy mental tasks and exercises rather than entertain emotional perspectives. Uncluttering your mind and conscience requires you to focus on your priorities and free your mind from the vague worries, guilt, and concerns that seem to interfere with productivity now. If you invest too much time and energy into matters that get blown out of proportion today, it can feel like a big waste. Aim to pick yourself up and learn from the experience if it does happen, and you might take notes for future run-ins with these recurring issues. Once beyond hesitation or stalling, you're likely to find quite a bit of enjoyment in pursuing your goals. There is nothing the slightest bit wishy-washy about relationships today. There is every chance that you and your loved one will be able to explore some pretty deep and normally unfathomable levels. Today's planetary energy puts a great force into the air that can move through obstacles like a knife through butter. If you are afraid of passion, you'd better run a mile. Expect the unexpected with your passion projects today when the moon conjuncts Uranus in Taurus. Your ongoing projects may take a surprising twist, perhaps leading to an entirely different result or execution of what you have set out to do. Your interest in certain outlets may drop unexpectedly, so you could let go of some projects for more interesting pursuits. Innovation may take over, allowing you to nurture your more technical side through your work. Others may not even recognize your handiwork since the conjunction could embody an especially unique style that is unlike your usual one. If you had an opportunity to sit down quietly today and observe the rush of activity around you, you might be inclined to wonder why people are so impatient. Of course, there's very little likelihood you would indulge in such philosophical conjecture. Nevertheless, on some days tranquility and meditation are much more productive than agitation and excitement. That's certainly the case today. You sometimes feel ill at ease with people and see your friends as rivals. You also tend to argue in a loud, aggressive way. Treat other people with more respect than usual and don't injure them just because you feel uncomfortable with yourself. Stop freaking out. Honestly, you'd think you've never done the impossible before, what with all your worrying and carrying on. Keep at it and everything will work out. Heightened awareness of your surroundings make you responsive to the many opportunities that occur for you to find romance. Any communication you get, treat as particularly important. Don't dispose of contacts or phone numbers or lose any. You're experiencing the results of previous effort. Stay open to offers. The planetary positions today are encouraging you to channel all your energy into the essential things, instead of going in 10 million directions as you probably are used to doing. Focus on something that really needs your attention and use your energy to deal with it once and for all. You have a tendency to throw out dozens of fishing nets into the sea and only bring a few of them back in with you. Your take would be a lot bigger if you only put out 3 or 4 nets at a time. You can expect your intuition will be exceptionally strong on this day. While your ability to show incredible mental strength is probably recognized by everyone who knows you, you have a resource in your intuitive abilities as well, especially under the influence of your own vibration. Chances are, you haven't explored this as much as you could. Open your mind and listen to your own inner voice. By combining these abilities, you have a real advantage when it comes to discerning the best choice. Having the moon in a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart 2 days after Venus left has multiple positive implications. On the one hand, this will keep Venus' influence and her desires and expectations alive and the flame burning ahead of Mars' return in 10 days. At the same time, as Venus teams up with Mercury in your work sector and ahead of the moon's return tomorrow, this is putting some safety measures in place to ensure life doesn't become all work and no play. Having returned to your romantic sector just a few hours after Venus, the planet of love left 2 days ago, the moon is still working hard to both amplify and cement the spirit of romance. With Mars just 10 days away from returning to fire up your romantic passions and fighting spirit, today's romantically charged lunar vibes are helping to keep the romantic flame burning. Our eyes in the sky. The Taurus moon makes a soft yet helpful connection to Mercury this morning, helping us wake up early and get into gear quickly. If you've been feeling low energy lately, this can be a great time to reconnect with a passion project and a lust for life. Just try not to rush too quickly through the day, and be careful about how much multitasking you do. A collection of tense aspects between Mars, Saturn, and Uranus could mean small mistakes have big consequences. Try not to butt heads with authority figures right now either, because it could leave you feeling powerless or restricted. If any mishaps do occur throughout the day, try to face them head-on rather than waiting until later to handle them. This evening, the moon forms a harsh square to Pluto, which intensifies the cosmic climate we've been contending with all day. Try not to put too much pressure on yourself or others right now, and give yourself permission to take some alone time if you need it. If you do feel weighed down by emotions or responsibilities, a healthy outlet like walking or stretching can help ground you while releasing the physical symptoms of stress. Today could be rough, so it's important that you are patient, gentle, and loving with yourself and your loved ones. In the pre-dawn hours, Mars in Leo forms a trine to Chiron in Aries, helping to counteract self-esteem issues. This influence is healing, allowing us to recognize where false pride has worked against us. Rather than situating us for success, posturing tends to reveal where we secretly feel inept or lacking. At this time, instead of peacocking or overcompensating, we let our creativity, passion, and vitality speak for themselves. By demonstrating our strengths without being a show-off or angling to compete, we help others access their own confidence. Remember, inner strength is just that, interior. It doesn't need to be forced upon others to be valid and powerful. After sunup, the Taurus moon sextiles Mercury in Gemini, which is still not quite out of its shadow period. Themes from the last 2 weeks of May are still cropping up and demanding reflection, and may therefore become the focus of our conversations. We are in the mood to banter and gossip, particularly keyed into how certain information stirs our emotions. For this reason, we are self-aware enough to not linger in dramatic moods, balanced in feeling and intellect. This doesn't mean we are not eager for excitement, but that we have self-control. Because we recognize the power of mood, we can help others analyze their problems, so they don't turn molehills into mountains. This transit is ideal for trivia or playing other competitive but light-hearted games.